Bortle here. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hello, Bortle Nation. We have here a first place regional winning deck profile right here. Pure Traptrix. My goodness. Please introduce yourself to the world, man.
Yeah, my name's Chris Whitehead. I'm a player over in Australia, and yeah, I won a regional weekend just gone.
Man, that's just insane. So we have another Traptrix player winning a regional. That's just crazy. Full spoiler, you can see the list. What made you decide to play this variant for this tournament, man?
I've been playing Traptrix like before the structure deck came out, and then I kind of put it to the side for a little bit, and then the structure deck came out, and ever since then I've been playing the deck, and it's always kind of looked similar in the sense like the monsters and stuff is always similar with like 12 cards to go second with. And I just bumped up the hand traps this time because I think you have to for this format.
Yeah, that's nice to see a fellow trap player before the structure deck hype, so that's pretty cool. Before we start the actual profile, bro, do you have any shoutouts?
Yeah. Shout out to Brennan. So we played Traptrix together. Dan Olsen, like half my cards belong to him first, and he just gives them to me. And shout out to everyone in the game plan group chat. They know who they are.
Well, without further ado, please take it over the rest of your deck profile, man.
Yeah, so like started off the 9, I guess, normal ones in Pudica, Morelio, and Mantis. I was a bit iffy on Pudica at first, but playing the deck for the last few months, like you just have to play it at 3. Dion at 2 is pretty standard. Like you want 1 to set the trap going first, and 1 for recursion, and then 2 Arachnocamper. This was 1 for a while because it was just like I only ever wanted to search off Mantis, and then going into this regional, I was kind of paranoid about like Gamma and Ogre on my normal summon, so I bumped Arachno to 2 just to have an extra card to try and stick a body to make Sarah. And then yeah, 3 Parallel. A lot of people are cutting this for like the Shade Brigadine, but Parallel is just so good. It's so free. And even going second, people will cut it then, but it's just an extra card to kind of push through a board. Yeah, I wouldn't play it without it right now. The hand traps, I played Shifter, which is quite an aggressive hand trap, but like against super heavy, I think you need to have cards like Shifter and Droll. And the deck can play through Shifter pretty fine. You lose them once you normal summon, you lose the trap you discard for Hote, but besides that, you really don't lose all that much. Gamma is just the best hand trap of the format.
A lot of people are kind of like somewhat playing around Gamma. However, typically they're not going to expect it from a Traptrix player because, you know, Traptrix, we're all about our actual traps versus the hand trap ratios and stuff. And what I really liked is you have like straight up impactful hand traps for your lineup. You know, you have Shifter, which can just end the game, Droll, which can just end the game. Now you have Gamma that, you know, out of nowhere, that could be pretty insane going second, and that's going to be a really nice like going second card as well. So how did this card like just strive you to victory throughout the tournament?
I honestly like never really drew Gamma that much. There was one time where I was under a summon limit from a cash player, and I dark ruled his board, and there was like a mandatory effect from a Rise Heart, which I gammed, and Gamma's 1 summon under summon limit. Then I made Phoenix and popped the summon limit, and that was about all I used it for, I think, over the tournament. But in theory and testing, like even like when you're going into like cash board, it's pretty good because they have effects in the standby phase. Yeah, it's just the best hand trap I think at the minute, especially if you're just going second. Just like you get to negate and destroy anything. I probably keep playing it.
As far as your spells goes, it looks like you have the standard, prosperity lined up and the couple gardens. How did this work out for you?
Yeah, 2 Garden was another late addition. It was just 1 for a while, but the same reason with the second Arachno was just like, I wanted cards to play through interruptions, and Garden was that. Every hand, like, I just had access to Garden. Your deck is just so much better. It's hard to play. I wouldn't play it at 3 just because like it doesn't do anything by itself, but when you've got that plus like Mantis or something else, it's just so good. And obviously the protection effect comes up, the effect to banish the special comes up. It's a very good card. And then Prosper is just like the best consistency card in the game at the minute. I think any deck that can play Prosper probably should play Prosper. And then the trap lineup was just pretty standard 3 Hotea. The trap holes, I tried to play kind of the least I could. They're fine, and it's good to have them off Wrath. They're just, they're not like, drawing too many of them makes your hands really bad, because they're not super impactful against like decks like Branded that just keep playing, or Super Heavy that just keep playing. Obviously Floodgate's very good against Cash, but It's better just to have them off raft so you can kind of pick and choose when you hit them, and then obviously 3 in perm.
As far as the other trap holes, did you miss the time space or the
Terrifying.
yeah?
Uh, no, not really. I was playing Terrifying for a while, but then adding the second Garden and the second Arachno, I was at 42. I just wanted to play 41. I thought I just cut it because it just never really came up. Bottomless was really good, especially now with Branded having more access to Albaz. Bottomless is very good against that because they waste a card and get rid of Albaz and they don't get a fusion. So that was the kind of theory there. Terrifying was just the one I used the least out of the 5, sorry. So I just give it the chop. And time and space, I've never really played that. I played that once when I had enough prosperities, and I just was trying to bump the cards up, but I didn't really miss it that much.
And the main deck count is 41. Arguably, Driver could have been like the 41st card. Did you see that card much during this event?
I think I saw it once. It just didn't really matter. I think it was the time I gammed the Arise Heart. I had the Driver in my hand. I just didn't really care because I had the rest of my hand was like Mantis and Garden, so it was fine. I was just saying moving forward, I don't know if I'd still main the Gammas just because you don't get all that much advantage of it going first, especially. But I'd have to have a look at it again and see if I would.
Oh yeah, that's true. Would you like to run down the extra deck?
Yeah. So 3 Sarah is pretty standard. I think, especially when you have like games that go past like turn 3, 4, and 5, it's just nice to have that. Adipus is just the best. Like, it's very good to boost everything. I played the Nightmares that a lot of people don't play. Like Access was like just there if I needed it. I think I used it once or twice just to clear up boards sometimes if I couldn't kill them. The Nightmares are very good to summon like under Sarah and discard and draw. People don't expect them. The rank 4s I had just weren't like, I was never going into them. And there was a few times where I prefer the Nightmares. I've been playing them for about like a month and a half now, and they're really good. Unicorn just deals with any effects that float. And then double Wrath, you need it for the grindier matchups. You could get away with 1, but I liked having 2. Pingu is very good as interruption against Branded. Being able to search and make it unaffected is nice. Aloe, I didn't really summon it. I think I summoned it once with 3 4s to make it 2 Send Zeus.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but like you can like put 3 under it, detach 2 to summon back a Pudica, banish like a Fenrir, and then summon the Fenrir to your side of the field, which comes up nicely. Reader, I make like every game. It's like my favorite card in the extra deck. It's just so versatile. And then I made Exciting Light once, I think, and Zeus I made a bunch just like when I was trying to close out the game.
It's pretty cool seeing the Nightmare package back in again and to complement it with either Access Code or go into an Adipus. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, and that was it. Like Adipus is just like only needs 1 insect to plant, so you can make Sarah have it pointing to the Phoenix and you draw a card, then make the Cerberus pop and draw a card, and then make Adipus and then pop another card, and then usually punch for game because all your Traptrix get huge off Adipus.
Pretty sick. Any thoughts on that sheep, or is that just like a?
I think if we had more traps that we were desperate to get back into our like deck, back into rotation, I'd play it. I just like it's a nice card. If I had 20 cards in my extra deck, I'd play it. But I think you just don't need it right now.
That's true. But would you like to run the side deck?
Yeah. So 3 Ash. Ash just seems really like poor at the minute, but you just need it sometimes just to take out cards in your deck that are bad, like Shifter. In some matchups, 3 Bestials, I just couldn't find the space for the 3rd Magma Mutt. So mainly for like the Albaz decks, also for Mathmech, it's really good. In theory, just special Magma Mutt, Searcher, Druisworm, so you get to do it twice, and then Druisworm sends, but I kept drawing Druisworm, but it was fine. Still a card. Gamma Seal, it's the lowest kaiju, it 1-for-1s everything. 3 Cosmic, it's just flexible. If you went first against Cash, you could even put it in like just to deal with a birth or something. It's just a very flexible card. And 3 Ruler, it's kind of banking on Super Heavy not doing spell canceller builds, and most of them aren't. Just to have an extra card there to deal with the board, like a Zeus or something.
And perfect explanations and everything. And speaking of super heavies, how were your matchups throughout the event? Do you recall some matchups that gave you like somewhat of a struggle?
Yeah, the round 1, I drew with Branded, and that was my first round of the day. And he like did a full combo and ended on Dragoon, which is difficult. But I managed to play through most of it and got like Zeus and Clade. But that deck is just so hard to finish off at times. And then our game 1 went like half an hour, and then we had like 10 minutes left for game 2, and it just didn't. It like was just like a punch each other so you win. We drew. Round 2 was Math Mech 2-0. That wasn't really a problem. Round 3, I 2-0'd Super Heavy. It was the only time I actually won the dice roll. I set up enough of a board to kind of like stop him from doing his full combo, and I Pudica banished the Axel Synchron and sort of Baron.
Nice.
It was quite back and forth, but I won game 1, and then game 2 he didn't open super well, and I had like draw and stuff, so it was fine. And then round 4, 5, and 6 were all against Cash. I 2-0'd all them. This deck has a really good matchup against Cash. You just don't really respect Arise Heart.
Oh man, thanks again for being on the channel, and congrats on becoming another Traptrix regional winning player, man.
I appreciate it.
Sweet. Until next time, everyone. Bortle out.